Yeah, I like that better. Hello. Hi, guys. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the space today. Today, this is a safe space, so I'm just wanting to let everybody know that we're going to be doing twin flame readings today, you and your person. I haven't done paid readings in a minute. I kind of miss it. I just want to see, like, get a little, like a little pulse on doing live stream readings again. Like, if it's good, yeah, great. That would be amazing. But if it's not, that's also just kind of a sign. I think the universe just wants to kind of push me somewhere else. So I'm gonna give it like a last ditch effort to see what happens. So anyway, yeah, I really want to focus on love today. I love love, and I love people that are in love, and I love talking about love, and I love believing in love, and I just love love. And you know what I really love? God. God is love and love is God, guys. So let us today discuss love. Yes, let's. Archangel Michael, please protect me and this safe space. Thank you. Holy Spirit, I ask for your divine provisions today. Thank you for the financial contributions people have already given me. Thank you guys so much for helping me financially lately. That was really sweet to receive donations from people. Please keep me safe in a bubble of white divine healing light. Please, Holy Spirit, I wish to channel clear and concise, accurate messages for the Twin Flame Collective at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Please keep everybody protected in here as well. Keep them safe and secure. Thank you. Hi, guys. I love love. I love love. I'm just so in love today. I wake up every day anymore in love. And it's great. It's great. I love it. Yeah. Something I'm not going to do is harsh the vibe, because I did that yesterday or the day before. I was like so happy in love. I had like this beautiful, like just magical vibe, you know? And then I went into a group and it was like, oh no. Oh no. It was like the wolves descended. I just can't do that. So I'm gonna share the good vibes and we're gonna keep it high vibe today. That's what we're gonna do. Bippity boppity boo. Would you like a reading from your twin flame? I bet you do. I bet you do. I bet you're wanting to know right now what they're eating for lunch. Can't tell you. But maybe, I don't know, sometimes I do get smells. So sometimes I can like smell pasta or something. So you never know. But yeah, I bet you want to know all about your person. I know you. I know you do. You want to know everything there is to know about this beautiful person. So I'm going to put some of my lucky pyrite stone right on in there. It's a very lucky stone for magic, for all things beauty, for all things delicious. Let's start the proceedings. Holy Spirit, I thank you for the ability to read cards for these gorgeous people today. Please let this be a place for fellowship, enlightenment, happiness, joy, healing, peace, grace, positivity. Guys, I am so in love, and I love twin flames. Like, that's like I've always loved twin flames. I've talked about twins for 4 years now, channeling on my, this platform and then another that I have as well. I've been talking about twin flames for a minute. I just never thought that shit was gonna come in. I was like, oh, twin flames are so great. You know, it's so great. But then I would cry. And then I'd be like, well, I hate my twin flame because he's an asshole. But so then I would cry again. I just never really thought that it would happen, you know, like twin flame union. There's always this like 50-50 shot. It's like, is it going to happen or is it a fucking fake? Is it a head fake? Is it a psyop? Yeah, but no, it's real. Love is real. Love is all there is. Love is all there is. Well, I mean, there's a little bit of hate too. Well, you know, actually there is. There's hate is real, but love is realer. So anyway, I'm just feeling like really, really great today, having some great kick-ass vibes, and I thought, why not do some paid readings? Let's just see what happens, you know? What should I say? If this whole 3D external reality can project back something to me that proves I've done my work. I got it right up here, okay? Because I would really like to have some confirmation that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So if people could be sweet, people could be kind, people could be generous, people could be loving, that would be amazing. Because that's what I keep saying is happening for me. So if I could see now evidence of that, how cool would that be? That'd be really, really awesome. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for the 3D matrix to kind of catch up with what my head already says, which is like, love is real. Everybody loves me. I love everybody. I love unicorns and rainbow farts. You know, it's like that's what I really want to be about. So anyway, thank you for being here. You know what? I might actually start with a collective message. It's always dangerous to do that, because I do a collective message and I'm like, okay, can we keep it to like 10 minutes? And then by the time I know it, it's like 2 hours in and I'm fatigued and exhausted, and then I can't do any paid readings. So do I want to do it? I don't know. Maybe I just want to talk to myself. So since I'm not seeing a lot of chat yet, I'm just going to talk to myself, which is cool. I do that literally 24 hours a day. Super fun. It's amazing. That's what happens when you don't even have like a pet. You just talk to yourself. Yeah. I don't have friends. I'm a hermit. But I do really want to talk about like a little bit about myself, because I think that, you know, maybe some people don't know, but I'm a chronic hermit. Oh, it's so bad. Well, I mean, or it's so good, depending on if you're a hermit or not. You know, I'm an introvert that's partially extroverted sometimes. But I love to be by myself. I just do. The only people I really like are also introverts. They're the only ones I can handle being around. Hello, Daja. So yeah, one thing that I have, hi Vanessa, one thing that I have going for me is a Virgo moon. Yeah. Virgo moons. We like to be left the hell alone. Don't talk to us. Don't look at us. And certainly don't breathe around us. Don't even let us hear you murmur a word. Okay? Like, don't say anything. Just pretend you don't exist. Thank you. And we'll be friends. Then I have my Aquarius rising and my Aries placements. And then it's like, okay, so the hermit mode is over. Now we need to do something with our life. Now we need to be out in the public. Now we need to be acting like we own everything. Like we're the center of attention all the time, literally all the time, to a point where it's, it actually, people make fun of me for it. I get told all the time, you must think this is just the Jenna show. I'm like, wow, I do. And you're paying attention. Thank you. So yeah, one thing I've been noticing lately is like my Virgo moon is acting up. I want to just like be left alone, right? So I meditate for what seems like 48 hours straight, which is cool. But then afterwards, you're like, okay, so there's all this healed energy, all this energy to yourself, and now what? like now what? I mean, I love living in a bubble as much as the next girl. But there's this problem that I have. And it's that I'm falling in love and I need to do something with my energy. It's like you can't have all this love and not like want to give it out to people. You know, you need to be sociable. You need to be somewhat of like a normal human, you know? So lately I've just been deciding to talk to myself. It's really working for me. And one day when I'm done talking to myself, other people will chime in. But it's almost like I have to clear out all of the old world, like all of the feeling of being embarrassed about myself, being ashamed of how I am. I have to kind of clear out all the people, places, and things that were like kind of ashamed of me too. So now I'm not ashamed of who I am really anymore. I'm not ashamed. I'm actually pretty okay with being a psychic. I'm pretty okay with being myself out loud, boldly, in front of people. And I'm just waiting for the 3D matrix to catch up. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for people to show up. Because my channel, I really was okay with it just being a very small channel. But I look at it like this. I have 144,000 people to meet. I have 144,000 chosen ones to meet and greet and inspire and uplift and give guidance to and help with their gifts. Like, that's a lot of people. Like, my best friend is my dead grandmother. So I need to be okay with being a little bit more social and approachable. So that's what I'm trying to do lately, is be like less of a weirdo. So anyway, I was on the phone and I looked down out my window and I saw a red cardinal. And red cardinals, my grandma comes through as a red cardinal. So the whole weirdo thing, I'm going to really have to double down on that. My grandmother is a bird. Yes. Yes, you heard that right. She's a bird. My grandpa is one too, so in case you were curious, but I don't really know if anybody's curious about that. I just wanted to say it anyway. So another thing, super fun, telepathy. I'm having telepathy with my twin flame now, and it is so off the charts, crazy, passionate, amazing, that I almost don't even want to have a cell phone anymore. It's like the only person I even really want to talk to anymore is him, and you don't even need a phone, which would save a lot of money every month. So it's like, what else? I don't really need a phone. You just need telepathy, honestly, and birds. That's it. That's really all you need in life. And if you have those two things, you're basically Snow White incarnated in the physical 3D reality. So I'm here for that. I'm just trying to wait for the physical 3D reality to reflect to me how magical I already fucking am. It's like my mind is like, okay, she's ready. She's magical. Let's do it. And then the 3D is like, bitch, you ain't that special yet. I mean, my grandma came through, which was so cool. And I telepathically was speaking to the bird. Yes, that's a thing. And I do that. Don't judge me. Or if you want to judge me, that's fine too. I don't really care. But the bird was listening, see, because I said, I can't tell. Is that a cardinal? Because if that's a cardinal, that's my grandma. Boom. The bird flew to a different branch so that I could see it more clearly. He thinks I'm just really hella good. Now, could a bird that is just flying? It could. But see, I like to think of it as magic. Like, I told the bird to move. And it moved. You know? So that's what happened today. And then anyway, that was my whole day. That's basically all I've done. I called a company and saw a bird. Yeah. And I peed as well. So, yeah. That's my day. Anyway, I just really like talking to myself. Because, like, who else am I going to talk to? Birds? That's so weird. Why would I talk to birds? Just kidding. Nah, I know that is my best friend out there. But yeah, like, who else am I going to talk to? You know, I'm a hermit, been a hermit for a minute, all right? Which is really funny because I've actually noticed that in me being a hermit, I gained a lot more confidence in myself. And now Spirit is like, okay, bitch, go out there, do something with your life. Like, shower today or something. You know, act like, just like wear pants. And so I'm trying it, and I'm like, well, pants are overrated, honestly. You know what? I prefer my boxers. No, I really love it. I legit love my men's boxers. Don't judge me. I mean, who invented pants? Why do you need pants? You've got boxers. Why? Make it make sense. If you have the opportunity all day to wear oversized elastic bands that are not even your gender specific fit, you know, because it's that comfortable, why wouldn't you? That's what I need to know. I mean, why wouldn't you want to wear those? And so my spirit guides are like, yeah, but like, should we shave our legs? Maybe. You know, should there be maybe like a razor that you own? Perhaps. That'd be quite the investment. Huh? But then I'm like, no. What I'm going to test the theory on is this. If unconditional love is real, and that's what they claim. Okay, they claim, I don't know, I say they, but I'm talking about invisible people, all right? Aliens, ghosts, these ancestors, all of them, all these invisible people, they're like, listen, so we say unconditional love is real. I'm like, great. Well, then let me fucking prove it by finding a man who's okay with hairy legs and my men's boxers. And if he's got a problem with that, he's got a problem with unconditional love. And I really don't need him in my life. You got a problem? It's yours, not mine. Leave your boxers before you go. Thank you. Really, I don't give a shit. If you can't understand that a woman has hair on her legs, I don't know what to tell you. At the end of the day, look, Mother Nature put it there. You know, I honestly feel with razors, it's literally like Mother Nature is telling you legit the next day, bitch, we put hair there for a reason, leave it the fuck there. And in fact, I'm going to torture you now with thicker hair, and it's jet black. You're welcome. Enjoy it. I've just learned to let it fly. Braid it every once in a while. I sit down and I braid my leg hair every once in a while, and it's fun. It's fun, it's enjoyable. I mean, it's very meditative, you know, it puts you in a good trance. It connects you with oneself, you know? And then, you know, there's the whole, like, you know, men's boxers things though, guys. Don't even think for 2 seconds that I'm still not sexy as shit. I am so sexy. Well, that's what I'm telling myself. Well, I mean, I keep trying to tell myself. Well, I mean, a couple times a week I tell myself that, fine. But yeah, my twin flame, though, he says it a lot in my head. I just have a hard time believing it sometimes. And I think what it is I think it's the oversized men's boxers, I think, that's doing it. So anyway, I'm really trying to, like, accept who I am fully, you know? I just imagine him being, like, his perfected self, his most perfect version of love, you know? Being like, nah, those boxers are hot. Leg hair, love it. I love that yours is longer than mine. That's what I imagine him saying to me. And everybody in the law of attraction community, you know, the law of assumption, they keep saying things like, yeah, okay, well, thought transmission is a thing. Whatever you think, your person picks up on. Bingo. Boom. There it is. There's the secret of the universe. There it is. Thought transmission is literally telepathy. It's like you put an idea into the subconscious mind of whoever you're with, right? Okay. So there's this really, really hunky guy. I'm totally about it. He is absolutely, by far, the sexiest person I've ever laid eyes on in my life. And I'm going to manifest that he's, like, totally okay with me not shaving my legs. No, he not only is he okay with it, he's like, honestly, it's sexy. It's like, it's so sexy. It should have been the way all along. He's like, I'm into the hippie gypsy vibes. It should have been that way forever. Actually, shaving legs is unattractive. Come on, ladies. Get on this bandwagon. Yeah, no. Smooth, silky legs, honey, so yesteryear. That was last age. We're in a new age now. The new age is really all about being able to braid your leg hair. It really is. It really is. And make quilts with it and stuff. Like if you do shave every once in a while, your leg hair, you just braid it up and then you have a new blanket. Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to do. So, anyway, what else would I like to discuss? I would like to talk about something else. Okay, so here's another thing. So I just did a Pisces reading, and I don't know who's a Pisces in here, but I'm feeling like that was your reading. It was really offensive, like hella offensive, because as I was channeling it, I was like, damn, this is not going to win you any awards, Jenna, and this is certainly not going to make you the life of the party. People do not want to be friends with a medium. Because, like, fix your shit. Okay, like, fix your problems. Because you got, like, a heart chakra problem, and I don't like it. Somebody in here right now, I'm just not a big fan of the heart chakra blockage that you got going on. And so, I don't want it on my chat. So, no thank you. Anyway, that's another thing. Spirit has me wanting to talk to people about psychic abilities, spiritual gifts, the things that you guys can do, because you're hella fucking magical and you can do anything. You can literally fly if you wanted to. All you have to do is call United Airlines and, book a ticket, you know. You can fly if you want. First class, whatever. It's freaking magical, first class. Do what you're gonna do. But you guys are so gifted, so truly talented, and it's like a lot of you don't feel safe to come out of the spiritual closet. Come out. Come out. You're so hella fucking magical. Like, be magical, man. And if you have to talk to yourself, like I do, and, and I do a lot, actually, honestly. It's embarrassing, a little bit, sometimes, yeah. Just do that. Just talk to yourself. Because it doesn't really matter who else is going to believe you, or, sometimes it is great to know that your client believes you, if you're a tarot reader especially. It's always fun to know that your person that pays you, believes you. That's good. That's always icing on the cake. But overall, friends and family and stuff, they don't have to believe in what you are. You have to believe in what you are. Because you're a champion. You're a winner, and you can do anything you set your mind to. See why I don't talk very often? Do you see? This is why I'm okay with being a hermit. But you're a little too magical and witchy for your friend circle. So you guys need to do something with that. All right, like take care of some business, because I'll tell you, and this is not just my twin flame. I think it's a lot of divine masculines that are going through this right now. Like people just aren't okay with you being magical. So I think you should do something about that. Yeah, I think you should run away from a lot of your friends. That's what I think. I think that a lot of divine feminines have already done that. And so they're already being blessed and gifted by the universe. But a lot of divine masculines still just haven't got the memo just yet. But they're about to. They're shifting as well. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. But I really do think that you should do something about that. Because I feel like you've got haters chasing after you. And so whoever's in here, I don't know. I don't like the vibe. But see, it sucks every time I go to do live streams anymore, guys. I think it's Mercury retrograde. It just stops. It just stops. It says something went wrong. Try again. And I'm like, wait, is that an offer from the universe to try a new life? Like, go somewhere else? Something went wrong, try again. Like try incarnating again and like try it again? Because that'd be really cool. You guys, the Mercury retrograde from hell is here, and it's never affected me like this before. It's really fucking stupid, and it's whack, and I can't stand it. But I don't even know how many people are in here. I don't even know if I'm talking to myself. But I love love. Let's talk about it. I've noticed that when you talk about love and you do so boldly, it really clears out all the heebie-jeebies. Anybody that doesn't like you in love, it's because they're jealous. That is the truth. I see it now. I see it so clearly that a lot of twin flames that I read for, they're like, man, Jenna, I get the high, I get the peak, you know, it's here, and then boom, it crashes out. And it's because you have people that are jealous of you, but you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. What you have to do is bring yourself back to center and be like, okay, this is me. I'm happy. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my day. Everything's always working out for me so perfectly. Every single thing in my life works out exactly as I want it. The universe loves me that much that I get blessing after blessing after blessing after gift after gift after gift. It's amazing. And this is when you have to see that if you were out of it for 5 minutes, like if somebody brought you out of your good mood for like 5 minutes, right? Catch yourself. Don't blame yourself. Be like, okay, so that's the world of duality. So there is that jealousy that I tuned into, whatever, cool beans. Then spend 10 minutes boosting yourself back up, because at the end of the day, you have to go forward to go forward. So, and I do YouTube work, and I do this in the spiritual community. There's a lot of witches out there. A lot of psychic people who are quite powerful, but not as powerful as love. So all that shit's returned tenfold, hunty. A lot of it is, I used to feel mainly throat chakra blockages that would come in. People trying their best to silence me, but it's not working anymore. It's just not. It's not working anymore. Because I love it. I love me. I love what I talk about. I love quirky shit. I love talking about things that don't make sense and laughing about it. Because haters talk about shit that doesn't make sense in their own reality, and they laugh about it, and then they create more cyclical bullshit in their life. I don't want that. I don't want to be you, bro. I want to be me. So thank you so much. Go get your karma. Thanks a lot, Wicked Witch from the West. You might be from California. I don't know. But I feel like there's a lot of wicked witches that don't exactly particularly like me being Glenda the Good Witch on the East. Glenda the Good Witch of the East. I'm Glenda the Good Witch. But there is sometimes that transition, like you have to make that transition, because like as I've been persecuted so much for being a witch and being, you know, me, I've had a lot of people that would come at me and be like, oh, well, she's evil though, she works for the devil. I'm like, do I though? Do I? But you start to believe it. You start to believe it. When you face that much persecution, you start to believe that you are what they say you are. And it just kind of, you lose self-esteem, you lose self-worth, you don't feel anymore like even speaking or being yourself, because you'll always just be seen as a villain. And now I'm starting to say to myself, like, no, they got it wrong, not me. I've always known who I am. Well, not always. I guess I shouldn't say that. But on my spiritual awakening journey, I know who I am. So I guess the message right now for a lot of you is it's time to come out of the spiritual closet. You need to make an appearance, my love. You've got places to go, things to see, people to meet. You've got things to do, right? So you're going to have to be a little okay with getting witchy with it. Yeah? It's okay. I love witches. I also love Buddhists. I love Christians. I love tacos. I love a whole bunch of things. So I just think that everybody should let their freak flag fly. And that's one thing I'm doing lately, is being okay with being a little weird, you know? But yeah, it's not always readily received. There's not always like a lot of yeah. But one thing that I know from this experience is I've seen way too many things to know that I am right about a lot of things. You can't unsee it. So even if people were telling me I work for the devil, I'm like, then the devil's giving me insight on how to help people? Ah. So the devil's an idiot then. Yeah? He's a fucking moron. If the devil is giving me gifts to go and help channel for people, to uplift them and inspire them and motivate them, then the devil's a fucking, well, I don't know, I was going to say something pretty vulgar, but he's a complete moron. It's not the devil giving me gifts of psychic awareness. It's not the devil pulling me out of narcissistic, abusive relationships. It's not the devil putting money in my bank account so I can survive in this world. It's not the devil. It's never been the devil. And I will never be the devil. Ever. People may project their insecurities onto me because, you know, their face is glued in a book. You know? They have their own projections of what they think reality is, and they see me defying what they think is status quo. Oh well, don't watch, unsubscribe. It's as easy as that. Literally just stop watching me. Literally just click the X button. It is so fucking easy. It's like anybody could do it, even the devil. But he's a moron, so I don't know if he could. But yeah, I just don't like being put in a box. I feel like so many people have this like preconceived notion that anybody who's different is like instantly evil. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to say no on that. Tarot is not of the devil any more than your vehicle is. You could buy a new SUV and do really shit things with it, couldn't you? You could hurt people with it. Or you could buy an SUV and literally go to work, or go to the park, or take a road trip with friends. You could do really good shit with it, right? So in the same way, that's what divination is. That's what tarot cards are. It's literally paper. This is card stock. I don't worship cards. Do you worship a book? Let me ask again. Do you worship a book? Okay then. I don't worship cards. I worship the Holy Spirit, who uses me to relay messages to people for a holy purpose. And you don't think so, that's okay. I'm not here to prove it to you. I don't care. I'm not here for you. I'm here for those that already believe. I'm here for those that need the guidance and the psychic divination at this time. That's what I'm here for. So a lot of you have been asked lately by Spirit, like, please, like, really come out of the spiritual closet. It is time. But I know that you face persecution by your friends and family, you know. It's not always easy at first to come out, be the first one out. Maybe as gay, but for me as psychic, it wasn't so easy. I actually remember my 2-year-old nephew's birthday party. I was not welcome with open arms. I was there physically invited, but once I got there, my sister was telling everybody at the party to avoid me like the plague because I was a psychic. She was embarrassed by me, and all of her friends were trying to get to know me and just conversate with me because they were interested. But my sister. Once I learned the law of assumption, I learned that I was assuming my sister would always be like that. I was assuming that my family would hate divination. I was assuming I wouldn't be welcome in my own family, right? But you have to realize that first. You have to learn that. I was assuming she would be like that, but other people would be open to it. And so now, if I'm much more okay with who I am, like I talk to dead people. Okay, so what? A lot of people do. You know, I speak telepathically to animals. Okay, like that's fucking epic. Once I started seeing that, like, this shit is cool. I'm cool. I mean, you know, I don't know if cool people say I'm cool, but you know, I think I'm pretty cool. So if I can accept it, you can certainly accept yourself as well, right? You know, I know that there's not a lot of representation in the spiritual community to have a safe space to talk about stuff. And I don't know, I'm hoping to maybe one day change that. It would be really cool to work with my twin flame and changing that in some way. I don't know. But there's not a lot of representation right now for really magical, cool people to have a safe space, to just feel magical. Talk about your telepathy, bruh. Talk about your out-of-body experience. Talk about how you just manifested a celebrity. It fell in your lap. Like, talk about cool shit. And people don't really have that. So I'm hoping that we find that soon. Yeah, I think we're going to. I think we're going to find a lot of joy and fun soon for the spiritual collective. I just do. Yeah, I think soon. Yeah, things are going to get really good very soon. I kind of like just talking to myself. Like, I just like hearing myself think, you know? Things that I don't even know are up here. I don't even know until I speak it, and I'm like, oh my God, wait, I think that way? For the last 34 years, like, I've thought that? I get it, yeah. So I like talking to myself. It's like free therapy, you know? Why pay somebody $300 with a clipboard? Just because they're trained. Okay, so they're trained in listening. I'm trained in talking. I'd rather just talk to myself. So I do. If anybody wants to click on, feel free. But otherwise, it's just the Jenna show, and I'm just going to keep talking out my ass, because no one's going to shut me up. No one. Literally no one. Ever again. Because I now say that my magical witchy vibes are super hella cool. So no one can silence me. There is no cancel culture. Cancel what? I own the Matrix, bitch. Cancel what? I own the Matrix. I created it. I created it with my own mind. So did you. You created this reality for yourself. So stop saying you can be canceled. That's a joke. You can't. You literally cannot be. Even if you were, you would just revise it the next day anyway. Like, I think I'm just so okay with who I am now. It's a very shocking twist of events. I'm weird, yeah, but who said weird is bad? No one. Well, actually, a lot of people. A lot of people with pitchforks. Yeah, but I love it. I mean, don't you? Don't you love the thought of maybe one day being able to talk to those who have passed on? Don't you? Just don't even act like you're not into that whole mystical, magical vibe where you can talk to a bird. Don't fucking lie to me. Get off my channel, you liar. Don't act like you're not into it. You know you'd love to be able to talk to your dog Charlie and have him tell you right now, like, he needs his back scratched. Don't tell me that you're not into it. So, I've had to be really okay lately with being a little bit, well, more magical than logical. And I know that a lot of people might think that that makes me ungrounded or just, you know, head in the clouds, very wishy-washy, kind of dreamy. But like, bro, I still pay taxes. Like I still have to wear, well, sometimes I still have to wear pants like everybody else when I leave the house once a year. And I also have to make phone calls. I have to do shit in the 3D as well. Like I have to be a normal human adult person as well. I just like to think more magically. When I pick up the phone to call somebody, I pray beforehand. I say something like, this person's going to absolutely love me. They're going to go above and beyond for me, just me, because they're secretly in love with me. And they're going to go tell a supervisor that I need help, and I'm going to get like the best help that has ever happened at that company. That's it. That's all I do. I like to just add a lot of magic to my day. When I put something in the microwave, I tune it to 3 minutes 33 seconds, because I like to think that it's gonna add a little bit of flair to my pasta. It's gonna add a little bit of magic, and my pasta's gonna become magical. And when I eat it, I will be able to fly on a unicorn. But look, there is so much fun that can be had if you just embrace this magical side of yourself. But I think, you know, I know where I got tripped up. I got tripped up because I would be like this around people who are just absolutely opposed to it. And they're only opposed to it because others around them are opposed to it. But secretly, they all want magical pasta. Don't fucking lie to me, bro. Don't lie. I mean, you can lie to yourself, but you're certainly not lying to me. I'm a psychic. And you're not going to lie to God. God knows you want magical pasta and a unicorn. God knows these things. So anyway, I just like to be a little bit more magical than I used to be. And, you know, until the 3D world kind of reflects that back to me, it's sometimes lonely. And I know that that's probably what you guys feel as well. It's lonely. Because at first you feel all this like resistance, like, no, that's actually devil worship, and no, that's stupid, and no, you'll never win the lottery just because you think it, that's how you win. Fucking precisely. That's how anybody wins a lottery. They think, I'm going to play the lottery, I'm going to win. They go buy a ticket, boom, they win. I mean, it's literally as easy as ordering a pizza. Well, if you say it is. I still have some blocks and some resistance to it, or I'd be a trillionaire right now. So I've still got my own thing I'm working on, but why not? The premise is there. You could have $1 billion tomorrow if you weren't around a lot of people that convince you it's not possible. Not only is it possible, but it's very likely that you'll win if you say you will. I just like adding magic to the 3D world that sucks monkey turds. The 3D matrix without any level of magic fucking sucks. And don't tell me it doesn't, because it sure does. Right? Working at your 9 to 5 that you hate for like $8 an hour. Like, girl, don't even get me started on where I used to work for a long ass time. I hated my job. I hated my life. Just like, there's got to be something better than this, right? So now I'm trying to find it again. I had it once. My business was actually doing really, really well. It was great. It was great. And then see, I became like, I don't know, invested in a romantic relationship. And I'm like, God, I should have just focused on me and my business. Love. It wasn't even love. It was codependency all the way. It wasn't great. And so I got it twisted, you know? I started thinking about boys, and then my fucking business failed. I don't want to think about boys. I want to think about me, myself, and I all day, or a day like a narcissist. That's what I want to think about. And if anybody's got a problem with that, don't care. Take it up with my shrink. And my psychiatrist is literally me. So take it up with me if you want to. Chances are you don't want to, because I'd probably tell you to kick the fuck off. So I remember I had a booming business. It was really great. And then I let evil eye get to me. Don't even get me started on that. So many people would send me evil eye and stuff. And so I worked my way through that. I started saying things to combat it, like, no, I actually returned to sender. Anything that was sent to me to harm me, it's theirs, it's not mine. Bye. Shoo shoo, out you go. And I just sent that shit back. Not my problem. Handle it. You got issues, I don't. Well, I mean, no, I don't. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I'm flawless. I don't have issues. So, yeah, everybody else does. It's just not me. So, yeah, I said, okay, out you go. Bye. Leave my life. Leave. And never come back ever again. Never. Unsubscribe. And then life got magical again. And suddenly I was the only person really believing in my magic, because all my clientele had just kind of vanished because spirit was moving me into a new collective. So all of my clientele, just like 90% of my clients, just poof, gone. And I was like, wait, what the actual happened here? So I was shifting to a different timeline, a different collective. I was learning a lot more about how to be a coach, how to be a tarot reader, how to inspire and uplift people. And if you want to do something like this, your ass has to be trained in something spiritual. So I started seeing demons. I started dealing with aliens. I had abductions experience. I had UFO experiences. I would see a whole bunch of things. You have to have something in your tool belt so that when you get the career that you claim you want, you're ready for it. So I took like a hiatus. I went all hermit mode. I just Hermitville, USA for the win. And I basically just kind of like stopped existing, really. Yeah. I lived in this 700 square foot box. No, it's legit the size of it. I mean, it is a box. No, for real. Like, it's an open floor plan. So it's, yeah. And I just kind of like do only spiritual stuff all day, every day. I meditate. I pray. I take salt baths. I do egg cleanses. I journal, I script, I do meditation and manifestation. It's just like that all day. And as much as that's great, I'm being told there are other people that exist. And I'm like, prove it. I don't believe you. So Spirit's telling me like there are cool people out there like me. And I'm like, nah, bitch, I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe. I don't know if they exist, but if they do, if you exist and you're magical like me, you best be showing the world, because I won't be able to fucking find you if you don't. If you're not sharing your vulnerability and your authenticity with the world, like, we'll never meet. You and I aren't gonna meet. I've had people come up to me recently wanting me to collaborate with them, and I like go to look at what they've done, and I'm like, but I don't know you though. I mean, I know it sounds bad, but if you'll know them by their fruits, and you don't have much fruit on that tree, how am I gonna trust you? So, I don't know. Supposedly, there are these cool alien beings out there, and they're called humans now. They've incarnated as humans. They were once alien, and now they're human. Well, actually, we're really actually technically still alien, but we just look like humans. The whole reptilian eye thing, yeah? Did you see it? Just kidding. Or am I? But these aliens are not real, in that they're not what people have made us out to be. Beings of light are aliens. Aliens are beings of light. I think that when you look at, like, say an image of an alien and you Google, like, alien, you see a green goblin looking dude with some big ass eyes. Okay, that's one guy's perception. But I also do believe that the good ones, right? They're actually just beings of light. And that we're all light beings. I think we're all light beings. I think all of us are beings of light. We're all souls. And that's what it is. You are a soul. You are a soul in a physical body here in the 3D matrix, in the whatever the fuck this is. So, yeah, I'm waiting for some cool people to show up. Call me. But until you have shown up and put yourself out there, like, don't expect to meet other cool people, because other cool people won't be able to trust you. Like, they won't be able to, like, know who you are and what you stand for, you know? So put yourself out there, put your work out there, put your story out there, put your testimony, share that shit, guys. Share it with the world, because people need to find you. The real ones need to find you. You know? Yeah, of course the fakes will find you. A lot of haters, a lot of trolls. There's way too many of those in my opinion. I just don't like that. I don't like that part of this business. But when you find the real ones, you find like one real one to 100 trolls. And I'm telling you, it's so worth it. You know? I found a real one recently. He's so fucking cool. I can't tell him though, because he's already got like a massive fucking ego, and I can't tell him. But he's pretty cool. And he's really hot, and I can't tell him that either. See, when he walks, his head is so big because he's got such an enlarged, inflated ego that he like, his head like tilts. And he can't get through a door. So I can't tell him he's sexy, and I certainly can't say that he's smart. No. But I did find a real one recently. Yeah. And it's good stuff. It's good. It's good stuff. I could do without the ego, though. The ego, you know, whatever. Fuck that. But everything else about him is pretty great. Really charming, sweet, inventive, creative, passionate. Loud when he needs to be and quiet when he needs to be. I like that. I like that, like, you know, that balance, you know? Someone who's wise enough to know when they should shut up and smart enough to know when they should speak up. I like that. So yeah, I found a real one, and he's an alien. He's so weird. And I'm about it. I like it a lot. He's so weird that if I were to tell him that we speak telepathically all the time, he'd probably be like, yeah, I know. He's that weird. Like, he's that weird. But I don't know if he would say it around his friends, though. Because his friends aren't weird like this. No. To out loud publicly in front of the entire world say, like, oh, yeah, so, like, I talked to a bird today, and it was fun. And I'll probably talk to them tomorrow over tea as well. But look, guys, what the fuck is life then? What are you doing here? I mean, you're living a boring, stale, old life. Like, what? Who gives a fuck how people see you? Okay, yeah, people will think you're a weirdo. They'll record some shit you say and then play it one day and be like, look at this weirdo. Maybe, but don't you want to know that on your deathbed you tried everything possible to enjoy your life? To just have fun? Isn't that what we're here for? If we're not here for fun, what are we here for? Slavery? To go to a 9-to-5 that you hate? To be around friends that you hate? Family that hates you? What? I don't get it. Like, what's the point then? What's the point? You know? There isn't one. Maybe that's the whole point. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you something magical that happened yesterday. So I had been talking about Beauty and the Beast so much on my channel, in my channeled messages for the last like 3 days, that I found a version of Beauty and the Beast I had never seen before. Not only was it a movie, but it was a 2-part movie, and it was like a total of 3 hours. Beauty and the Beast in a rendition I've never seen before. It was one of those old school, like Victorian type movies with well, it's just called Beauty and the Beast, so I can't really tell you like how to look it up, but it's Beauty and the Beast. And it was a different kind of variation I'd never seen before, and it was so my favorite. By hands down, my favorite I've ever seen. And I manifested that shit. Like, come on, man. You need to believe in magic. You need to. I mean, I didn't know I was going to manifest it. I didn't know that I was even actively doing it by speaking about it. But I'm like, there's a version of that same classic fairy tale everybody hears. There's a version I didn't even know existed. It's like, don't you want to see realities like that? Like, don't you want to see something that you never knew existed? And just be pleasantly surprised. I remember I was like an hour into the movie, and I actually remember saying like, oh shit, this is a magical moment right now. I manifested this. It took me a whole hour to finally be grateful for it though, which kind of sucks. I wish I were a bit more grateful as a person overall. But yeah, I was like, this is so fucking magical, man. I've been talking about it. Friends on my channel had been talking about Beauty and the Beast. We keep talking about it. And the universe gifted me with a brand new movie. Well, it's new to me. It was so great. My favorite version ever. Loved it. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, so I'm just like a big fan. I'm a big fan of magic. I love it. I think the whole world should get a huge dose of magic. Well, the plot twist is you're already getting a huge dose of magic every day. People are already putting subliminals in your programming, in your music, in your TV. That's magic. People are already requiring you for their spells. When you watch the Super Bowl and their halftime show, you're already involved in magic. You just don't know it. When you eat their food that's processed, that's their magic. They're putting magic in the food. Some sort of chemical, some sort of concoction. You're giving your permission to interact and to be in a magical world. But you aren't aware that you're doing it consciously. So you might as well be like me and do that shit consciously so you can enjoy your life a little bit more. When you put that plate of pasta in your microwave and you turn on 333, you best believe that pasta is going to help you fly. Just do shit consciously, guys. Stop being so fucking asleep. Right? And I say that as a girl who loves to sleep for a living. I mean, I take the blue pill like it's going out of style. The whole like red pill, blue pill thing in the Matrix. Morpheus was like, here, Neo, take the blue pill and just pretend this doesn't happen. And you go back to sleep and you forget everything. But if you take the red pill, oh, see, life will never be the same. And he's like, Pretty sure he regretted the decision of taking the red pill. I think he regretted it a lot. Until the end when he beat the Matrix and he could stop bullets, and then he's probably like, okay, yeah, it was a good choice. I questioned it for a minute, but it was a good choice ultimately. So yeah, I actually realize now that taking the red pill is like, it's a fucking chore, man. It's a chore. Staying awake when you just want to be asleep, it's a chore. You don't got time for it. I don't like it. I don't like staying awake. I don't. And I'm going to be completely real with you. I don't. I like to go back to sleep sometimes. Because being awake in a cruel world, that's torture. That's hell on earth. I don't like that. Okay. But now that I say things about the world being a better place, where there's butterflies and red cardinals that talk to me, now it's not so hard to stay awake. Now it doesn't feel so bad to stay awake because now I can have magical pasta, you know, and I'm not targeted and abused by narcissists anymore so much anymore. There's the occasional troll on YouTube, but like, it's whatever. We're best friends. By the end of them stopping by, they've fallen in love with me, and magically, boom, I woke them up. So it was really their loss, not mine. But yeah, overall, I just like adding magic because now staying awake It's not nearly as bad as it used to be. I guess I'm trying to say this so that those of you who are really about to give up and you just are like, I don't want this journey anymore, I want you to know that there's gonna be that day where you realize being awake isn't so bad. Being awake around narcissists or being awake around people, places, and things that hurt you, yeah, you know, that's torture. That's called the dark night of the soul, is what that's called. But eventually you get to the other end of it and you look back and you're like, okay, it was worth it. It was worth it. I see a glimmer of hope. I do. I see that there's this, I don't know, this new life that's waiting. And it's not out there anywhere. It's really not. It's here already. And I think that's what Jesus was trying to say. Jesus was trying to say, if we would have listened to him. But how many of us would have listened to him? Huh? We probably would have all killed him. If we would have listened to him, we would have heard him say something like, hey, look, the kingdom of God is within you. Why the fuck you looking out there, bruh? Stop looking out there. Stop looking at the 3D matrix. Stop looking at what you already see right now. That shit is a culmination of things you've been saying and doing and feeling for months. What you see in front of you right now is stuff that you've already manifested. What you see in your imagination, what you speak right now in the present moment, right now in your awareness, that is heaven. And that is within you. That is not external. Stop looking at the 3D matrix. That is as dead as a doornail. The 3D matrix, this physical incarnation, this physical world of materiality is dead. I heard it said today, it's as dead as it's as dead as the theater screen at the movies. All it is a reflection. It's showing you a reflection of what you are, what you say you are. The real life is you. The real life is what you're imagining right now. If I were to take you on this little faraway getaway right now, a little trip, you and I sailing on a boat in Maui. We're just, taking in the sun rays, the crystal clear blue water. And a white sail. There's a white sail, right? A mast or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it. But it's white and it's so majestic. And we're just sitting there eating grapes. And we're like, this is fucking life? Yeah, this is life. That right there is heaven. I just painted it for you. It took me 1 minute. I painted it for me. I pulled you into a scenic route. I pulled you into a different reality. Whether you want to stay there or not is up to you. Your brother could paint you into a reality where his life is shit later. If you stay there, that's up to you. He painted a picture of his workplace being sucky. What do you want? So many of us don't realize that when people start telling stories about their life or their day or their, how was your day? That is them literally painting the past. And you are now forced to either say, that's my reality and I accept it for my brother, or I don't accept it for my brother. All he's doing is telling you a reflection of what you think your brother is going to say. If he's depressed and sad, your brother is saying sad and depressed things. If you think that he's going to continue that, that's what's going to continue. What you could do is start saying like, nah, he always comes home from work so happy. He's so happy anymore. He talks about boats and Maui and he's so happy all the time. And that's how you heal people. You heal people as the healer. You are the healer. You are the Christ. You are Neo, bitch. You are Neo in the Matrix. You are supposed to be healing people. And how do you heal them? In your mind. That's all it is anyway. Everywhere. It's your mind. If you were to say someone has a cold and you offered them chicken noodle soup, you would assume that giving someone chicken noodle soup will help their soul, because it always helps the soul, but it also helps them in some other way. I don't know how chicken noodle soup ever actually helped heal a cold, but whatever. Point is, you trust that that action will help heal them, right? So you will now start believing that they're healed just by giving them a placebo. It's no different with magic. I could give you a cup of water and say, like, no, I've charged this water, I've healed it, I've spoken life into it. If you drink it, you will be healed. It's my belief in myself that is going to heal you. It's not your responsibility to believe me. It's my responsibility to believe that that cup of water was blessed to heal you. Jesus didn't heal people and then require them to believe that they were healed. He knew that he was a healer. He had so much faith in himself. He didn't need to have faith in them having faith in him. He had faith in himself. So I love magic and I love Jesus. You can love both at the same time, bruh. I can love divination and Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jesus. I can love them both at the same time. And who's going to tell me otherwise? Haters that don't believe in divination and the occult and Jesus Christ. Okay. I believe in, well, a lot of things. I'm pretty open-minded. So yeah, one thing that I've been noticing lately is people are so quick to judge. They're so quick to judge, but really, why are you judging? Who died and made you God? And by the time somebody had died and made you God, you wouldn't be judging anyone. Because the one that is worthy of judging doesn't. Jesus was worthy of judging the prostitute because he was innocent and pure and holy and divine. But he didn't judge. He was worthy of judging the tax collector, but he didn't. So who died and made you God? And when you can answer that question to me and know it and learn and understand what I'm fucking asking you, who died and made you God? Until you can tell me that, I'm not taking one fucking word you say as gospel. When you can tell me who died and made you God, then I will hear you. And by that point, you won't be judging me. So I'd love to hear you because you would know that you are God. So, for the rest of you judgy McJudgersons, why? Go judge yourself. Judge not lest ye be judged, right? Like, why are you judging me, bruh? Go handle your own shit. I don't have time for it. I don't care. So when somebody asks, you know, why are you into divination? You talk about Jesus. I'm into divination, and I would talk about Buddha if I knew more about Buddha. I'm into witchcraft, and I would talk about Gandhi if I knew him. I just happen to know a lot about Jesus because Jesus is the Christ, and he's the one that I was born and raised with as a Pentecostal. I can love him. I think he's amazing. I love the dude. I don't claim to know him too well in the 2,000 years ago that he lived. I don't know what he ate. I don't know how he spoke. I don't know if he wore sandals or flip-flops, or maybe I don't know. But I do have a close personal relationship with him. Very close. We're like this. We're like two peas in a pod, he and I. So you get to a point where, yeah, will you offend people for speaking boldly about what you really truly believe? Yeah, of course. Doesn't mean you should stop speaking. It means other people should start listening. But yeah, you're gonna get hate, of course. I just want to tell everybody who's secretly magical and you believe, like I do, you believe. There's so much hope. Guys, there's so much hope, man. I've been at this 11 years. I know some of you probably just like, God damn, is that true? Is it 11 years to get out of the dark night of the soul? Honey, I don't know. I'm hoping it stops pretty damn soon. But I've been at it 11 years. I had my out-of-body experience 11 years ago. And where I met Jesus, actually. True story. And so 11 years, I have been through the dark night of the soul, and I'm only just now getting out of it. And only just now do I even think there's a possibility of getting out of it. And I really only think that because, well, Christ has risen. And well, also because I've met my twin flame and he's super sexy. And yeah, there's that, and that's helping me as well. So that's the only reason I even think that the dark night of the soul ever ends. It's because I met him. But again, don't tell him I told you, because his ego, no, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need to hear that. It's already too enlarged, too inflamed. If he ever heard something like that, like, oh yeah, I believe in life again and love again because of you, oh my God. He'd break his neck. Yeah, but there is something to be said about love, though. And that it really, I think, is the highest frequency of all. And in 11 years, I thought I knew it, you know. I thought I knew what love was because I had met this being of light. You know, I had my out-of-body experience, and it was glorious and magical. And I thought, okay, well, I know love, I know life, yay! Woohoo! Nah. I mean, I did, but I didn't. For 11 years, I was going through the dark night of the soul where I just basically, all I saw was the opposite of it. Because I kept being so fucking glued into the 3D matrix, the 3D bullshit out here, this projection. I thought that that was reality. So, I mean, I kept just seeing like evil, and I would just see like people being mean and harsh and cruel to me and calling me a whole bunch of names. And before I knew it, I was like, well, fuck this. I don't want this anymore. And that's great, because that's when you find God. When you get really, really pissed and you get really done. And then you ask, wait, I saw that though. I saw love once. What happened? Ding, 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 ding. Now I'm asking the right questions. And now Spirit laid it on my heart that, oh yeah, you're supposed to like meditate every once in a while. Like once a year or something. You're supposed to sit your ass down and just look at your thoughts. And like ask yourself, why are you running away from you? Like, that's cute. So that's what I did. I sat my ass down and I looked at my thoughts. And I kept asking myself, why the fuck are you running away from your own thoughts? Where are you going? Well, you think Maui is a good place for you to run from yourself? You're going to have to come back eventually. So I had to look at it. If I saw that unconditional love, that being of light, 11 years ago, I saw all that love. Then why, in 11 years, did I see nothing but darkness? And so now I can finally see that, well, one, my soul agreed to it. I wanted to do that at a soul level. Definitely wouldn't have chosen it if there wasn't a big benefit in it, right? There's supposed to be a benefit to doing stuff like this. They say that if you have an awakening, you know, the benefit is peace, and you get to know nirvana, and you get to know that every day you are at one with God. I'm like, okay, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. But it took 11 years. 11 torturous fucking years. And I don't even know if it's permanent, this happiness that I have. I'm hoping so, fingers crossed, but I don't know. It's like there's this hope, you know. And it's kind of weird to admit, because I don't know many people who would admit this out loud. But there is this hope, and it's what I really do believe is my twin flame. I really do think that. So, and he's kind of this hope that, I don't know, I never saw coming. And I know that when I speak about it, maybe, you know, because as society has relied so heavily on relationships to get by and to pretend that you're happy, you know, you've invested so much. into every relationship you've ever had. That as a society in general, I think we put so much emphasis on other people fulfilling us that even me saying like, oh, I met this guy and I suddenly have hope again in life. I think it's a common thing and a common projection that often gets projected onto people that are in love, in that, oh, well, you know, that's so much reliance on someone. There's such a reliance on him being your happiness. And so I had to really ask myself recently, like, is he really the only reason I'm happy? Or does he signify for me that happiness all around is possible? He just happens to be an add-on, a bonus, a cherry on top. Happiness, the kingdom of heaven that I saw 11 years ago, is already here now. It's just he happens to be part of the movement, you know? He happens to be one of the best parts about it, I think. Yeah. He's like the best part about it. But there's still not this reliance anymore on it being someone external of me, because he's not in my physical 3D reality right now. Like, he's not with me. And I've been talking to myself for 1 hour and 16 minutes. I can't even see comments right now. So if anybody's commenting, I can't read any of it. So for 1 hour and 16 minutes, I've been pretty okay and pretty happy, and I don't need him physically. So I guess I'm here to tell you that the dark night of the soul eventually ends. It will end eventually. It will not be pain and suffering every single day for the rest of your life. It won't be. It won't be. It'll feel like it. It'll feel like it. You'll want to give up, and you'll be like, this is absolutely pointless. But I guess I really want my story to be, it seemed pointless. And now it's not. It's not pointless anymore. Now all of it makes sense. All the suffering, all the dreams that I would have of my twin, but I never could be with him. He was going through so much too at the same time. You know, that's what a twin flame is. It's your soul. It's your soul. So if you suffer, they're suffering the same time. And I remember all that darkness and that gloominess, and I kept getting these dreams with him, and I'd had dreams for about 10 years with my twin flame. He doesn't know that yet. I haven't told him that. But yeah, I would see all these dreams of him, and these astral projections that we'd have, and the telepathy that I guess we'd had all this time. But then I let the outside external 3D world convince me that I was crazy. Or there'd be so many jealous people that were like, why her? She's nothing special. I'm not. I'm not anything special. I'm not anything special. You could have it too, if you want it. You know, you have to want it though. And so I used to get all this hate, this jealousy, and it's like I internalized it because I felt deep down like I'm not worthy of it. You're right. Why am I special? You're right. A guy shouldn't like me. A man like that, perfect specimen for me. I mean, I feel like I made him specifically for me, my own personal perfect person. But there was always this resistance, like, no, you don't deserve that. And so the external world had to show me. You know, my mom would say things like, oh, he's not good enough for you. Or, you know, I got married, and my husband would be like, oh, well, that's cute. You think you can do better than me. So I'd have all these 3D, you know, the proof of, no, you're really not worthy of much. You're worthy of mediocrity. You're worthy of just like a plain vanilla life. make sure it's vanilla. If it gets anything crazier, like Rocky Road or mint chocolate chip, you need to pull out because something's wrong. You deserve vanilla, Jenna, and that's it. But then I'm like, vanilla's boring as fuck. I was willing to risk everything to ask the universe, why me? Why am I here? Why do I exist? Why do I breathe? What is this? What is reality? What is this I'm holding? What is materiality? What is this? I was willing to risk it all and go so far deep into the nothing, into the abyss, into my own recesses of my own mind to ask, why the fuck am I here? Even though I was, for 11 years, tortured for it. Every time I would go deeper, I'd come out the other side and people would, boom, hit me harder than before. And you just get to that point where you're like, this is really never going to end. There is no promised land. We were all lied to. But the desert doesn't last forever. Eventually, well, you'll have to believe. Either God makes promises that he keeps or he doesn't. I just can't imagine a life, a world, a universe where there's not some ethereal being that loves me, that would want me to believe in a better future. I can't. I mean, even in the dark night of the soul, I still had a roof over my head. I still had food on my table. Even in the worst of the worst, I would still see bunny rabbits and, people hugging each other. Even in the worst of the worst, I still saw God. While I saw the devil, yeah, I also saw God. So it's like the proof was there if you wanted to see it. Something had to create those two people hugging each other. Some amazing thing had to create an innocent bunny for me to see and look at and touch and hold. So even in the darkness, I still saw God. And you can't see bunnies and people hugging each other and not believe in a good God. So I believed in a good God, even though I was still being persecuted by my friends, my family. I still believed in a good God. And so every day, I would try my best to be grateful for something. And eventually it compiles, it compounds. You keep saying, thank you for this, thank you for that, thank you for... Before you know it, you've said 10 things you're grateful for today. So the universe, you don't know it yet, why it's happening, but the universe will put 20 things tomorrow for you to be grateful for. You don't know yet, though, that you're the one manifesting it all. Because you haven't learned those lessons yet. That's towards the end of the game. But yeah, as long as you're grateful for the things that you have in the desert, right? I mean, Moses in the Bible, Moses had all those people that were following him, and they were saying, like, I don't like it here. This is stupid. I want to go back to Egypt. I want to go back to slavery. That's what these people were saying to him. And I'm sure he was probably begging them not to, but what can you do? They've got free will. They're going to do what they're going to do. But he wanted to keep going because he believed God, and he believed that a promised land existed. And I don't know. I think it's real. I think there's a promised land. Yeah. Well, I know there's a promised land. I just hope that God keeps good on his promises. I've been 11 years on this journey. But before that, I was still on this journey. I was just not sure why. And then 11 years ago, I had my out-of-body experience, and then I became aware. I became aware of why. And only just now do I even think it might get better. Sometimes I still fear that people can take it away from me, though. You know, like that I'll allow myself to let them. That if there's jealousy, if people get jealous or something, like if I'm too happy or I'm too in love, that people will be like sending projections my way, or like, she doesn't deserve that. And then I'll pick up on it and then I'll believe it, you know? It's an energy anyway. It's telepathic thought forms is what it is. It's like, it's projections. It's telepathy. But if I get into that and I forget that I'm allowed to say like, no, it's not mine, it's yours, you're jealous. You're the one that lives in evil jealousy all day. You live like that, not me. You refuse love, not me. And in saying that and honoring myself and really sending that back to the person that did it, I don't even have to know who did it. I just have to say it out loud to the universe. Like, no, you're actually jealous. You're actually living in misery. You want to stay there. So stay there. And it's like the first time ever in my life that I'm okay with like immediately sensing that someone's jealous of my happiness and saying like, it's not mine, it's yours. Have a good one, honey. Bye-bye. You know? I don't even like talking about jealousy because I want to pretend that it doesn't exist, but it does. People are jealous, you know? That's just how it is. It's human nature anyway. I just want to be okay with understanding I don't need to accept it. I can be happy. I can have a guy look at me for the first time in my life and want me, desire me, fight for me, choose me, like defend me, for it to be that real. And it's the first time that I've ever had that. Yeah, it's the first time I'm allowing myself to have that, you know. Before when a guy would look at me and if he were interested in me, I remember, especially this one guy that I worked with, he was interested in me, but there was a girl that was like clinging to him, and I was just like, no, I can't. And he would ask me out, he would flirt with me, and I would be like, no. He wasn't even in a relationship with that girl. He was just so cute. Oh God. But he wasn't even in a relationship with her. It's just, you could tell the jealousy and the evil eye that was coming at me. And because I wasn't spiritual, I didn't understand a level of spiritual protection. I had no idea that you could protect yourself and shield yourself from that. So I just said, no. I didn't allow myself to be happy. It's sad. But soon, I think the whole world is going to be happy. I do. I believe it. It's not going to be just me. It's like in Beauty and the Beast. When the spell is broken, you know, and the beast, he's a man again, you know? He's not the only one that turns back into a man. The whole village, all the townspeople, everybody, they're happy again. Yeah. It's a beautiful story. It's a cool theme, because like that movie has been a theme that I've talked about for like a week. It's very cool, that movie. Yeah, but I'm just having like a really good life now. But in the 3D world, it kind of looks worse than it's ever looked. Which is weird to say. Because if I were to look at my 3D reality and I were to judge my life based on that, it wouldn't make anybody happy. No, there's not much happiness there in the 3D, but no. But that's because this is it's getting removed. Every time I speak about happiness, every time I love, and I joke around about love, or I paint a picture, or I look at a cardinal outside and I talk to a butterfly, it's like the universe is going to bring in such a magical 3D world for me. I just have to realize that this one needs to get wiped out. This is the old world. This is the end of days. This is the end of the world. The end of what world? Well, the end of the world I created for myself that is like, honestly, jack shit. It's really, there's nothing here to offer. It's the end of the world as I know it. But it's the beginning of a new one, new earth. The new earth that you already built for yourself, really. You've already been building it for yourself. So I'm just waiting for that. And I don't want to wait for it. I don't want to wait for it. I want to experience it now. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to live in my imagination. Right here, my old noggin. I'm going to live right here in heaven, in my own head. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say something like, guys, I want to manifest $1 million. It feels so good to be a millionaire. Guys, it's so fun. It's so fun being a millionaire. So fun. Also, do you know what's really fun? That my twin flame calls me all day. He calls me all the time. He's so great. He's so sexy. I want to live there, right? But I know that a lot of you might feel fear because you're like, yeah, well, that's easy to say. But that's because you don't have people at a 9-to-5 who think you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if you start talking about how great it is to be a millionaire when your ass makes $10 an hour. I get that. I get that. But somebody's got to fake it till you make it. Somebody's got to start planning that shit out. I had a dream last night where I won the lottery. Well, I mean, it was $242, but I'm going to take it. It's a win. My subconscious has obviously become impressed. I impress my subconscious by continually saying things like, it's so easy for me to manifest money. It's legit so easy. And I believe it. I believe it. I said it in front of a group of people yesterday or the day before. And so I think what happened is like enough people heard it that they're forced to conspire in my favor to see the version of reality that I speak. I say, I'm going to be a multi-millionaire. It's going to happen. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't give a shit. It's going to happen. And if I say it in front of enough people, there'll be enough of a consensus that everybody will agree. And you'll be like, how cool is it that Jen is a multi-millionaire? Right? Magic, it's been happening. You have been a part of somebody's magic for a very long time. Could have been the Dolphins during the Super Bowl halftime show. That's such a magical ritual fucking spell if I've ever seen it. You were participating in that, by the way. Some of you, others of you refused. Totally cool. But my point is, you gave your attention to that. So now if suddenly you give your attention to somebody like me who's like, I'm going to be a multimillionaire one day, right? You're shifting your attention, you're shifting your focus, you're shifting your consciousness to a brand new type of reality. You are investing your consciousness now. Your focus is your investment. What are you going to invest in? Are you going to invest in people like me? Are you going to invest and say things like, yeah, I hope she really gets it? It's up to you, right? I know what I'm going to invest in. I don't watch the Super Bowl. No. I'm going to invest in my future of saying I'm a multimillionaire, and it feels so good. I get to have anything I want all the time, all day, every day. And for a girl who's lived in poverty her entire life, that's saying something. I mean, my family was almost $100,000 in debt when I was a kid. My mom had a gambling addiction, and we never got to have anything. I remember at one time, we all had to go to the doctor because we couldn't even afford vegetables and fruits, so we had a vitamin C deficiency. And it was really bad. I never got to know what it was like to have plenty of anything, of love, of health, of money. I don't know. And I guess you just get to that point where you're like, there's got to be something better. It can't be that all the time. It can't. It can't be that suffering all the fucking time. Because if that's the case, what made bunnies? What made apple pie? Something wanted us to enjoy things. I don't know if his name's Todd. I don't know if it's an alien. I don't know if it's a whole species of alien shit. I don't know. But I know something wanted to experience abundance, or it wouldn't have made apple pie and bunnies. And I just couldn't stand to watch people suffer anymore, and I hated seeing it. And I knew that I guess I was the only one that could stop end suffering. It was coming from me. I was the one suffering. Other people were still hugging. They were still eating pie and being happy and joking around and shit, but it was just me who was miserable. So I had to do what any normal, rational, sane person would do, and it was go insane. I had to become a total weirdo. I had to lose my mind. Legit. Lose it. To gain it. So, anyway, I kind of like that this is titled $20 readings when I'm not doing any paid readings today, which is cool because I was kind of half in, half out. I wasn't really sure if I'd be doing those paid readings anymore. Probably not. I think I just like talking too much. And I like talking about myself too much. I don't really like talking about anybody else. Is it egotistical? Yes. I do think so. I think it might be a little tad narcissistic. Not sure, but I really like what I have to say. Because what I have to say makes a dissonance up here. So I'm going to keep saying it. So yeah, I don't know that I'm going to do paid readings anymore. I just don't care to be in anybody else's energy. I just love my own too much. Do you know what I'm saying? I like it. I like my own vibe. I don't really want to tune in anybody else's. Maybe for the collective readings, like that's fun. You know, because that's a whole collective, but you know, individual people, no, I don't know. Not so much anymore. But yeah. One way or another, the universe will pay my bills. I used to have to do readings because I was so concerned about money all the time. You know, it was just like a big fear I had. And now I'm understanding like the universe can bring me money in any way. It doesn't have to be through that. So if I'm not finding enjoyment with my personal readings anymore, especially on YouTube, like, okay, that was one phase. I'm going to move on to something else now. And that's how it should be. We should always be growing. And you should force the universe's hand to bring that $1 million to you in some way. Because if it's not going to be through your job, because your ass makes $10 an hour, then to be a multimillionaire, the universe is going to have to do something else to conspire in your favor. And for me, it'll probably be the lottery. Or I'll just marry a millionaire. Huh. Truth be told, I had not actually written that down in my manifestation plan. To marry a millionaire. Legit, had not actually written that down yet. I'm going to go do that right now. Thank you guys for being here. This was enjoyable, very fun, very good times to be had by all. At least I hope so. If you did not enjoy this, I don't know why you stayed, first of all. Secondly, I can't tell if you did because I can't read the comments. So I'm probably going to turn off comments from now on and just talk to myself. Yeah, actually, I'm going to make that a thing. And I think that's going to be a thing, guys. I think I'm just going to sit here and just talk to myself for an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Thank you guys for holding space. It was really great getting to know you. Just kidding. I didn't get to know you. Ah, so selfish and self-absorbed. Anyway, have a good